loves. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. No, I'm just playing, but it's hot for sure. Um, Welcome to 50 Essentials. If you're new to my channel, hello. My name is Josie, and you're welcome here. This is an energy check in, you guys. Unscripted, unrehearsed, very, very random and impulsive, okay? Um, I'm sitting here catching up on Grey's Anatomy, right? And then I try and do some of the things that I couldn't do earlier because the internet was being wonky, right? That I got one thing done. I was productive in a way, right? But here's the deal. I think for the last maybe 3 or 4 days of my life, I tried to be a certain level of productive, and there's this huge disagreement with the energy. I'm thinking to myself, I got to get these reels going. I gotta, do a whole bunch of reels, save them as drafts. I gotta tell these people about my Zoom calls on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. If they don't know about it, they're not gonna show up, and everything in me and everything around me is saying, incorrect. I got that buzzer saying no. Nope. No. You are not getting it. You're not understanding. You're not seeing the situation here, right? I'm thinking, oh, if I rest, oh, if I give in to the energy that's telling me to just rest, that I'll have some time, I'll rest, and then I'll get back to doing all of these things that I need to do, right? But then after I've rested for hours, okay, most of the day, I get this little energy boost. And I go to be productive, and there's this disagreement. I know I'm not the only one having a battle with being productive. It seems like things are getting in your way, or your own body is getting in the way. If it's not an outer circumstance stopping you from doing what you're trying to do, it's your physical body saying, oh, I'm sorry that I gave you the impression that this was a temporary moment. I'm sorry that I let you think that all you needed to do was take a nap and then you could get back to it. No, that's not what's happening here. That is not, I kid you not, that is not what is happening here. What is happening here, and I was waiting. Oh, I was waiting. Whew, I knew it. I knew I was about to go through some changes, y'all. Check this out. I just hopped on here. Y'all bear with me, because this is about to go away that I ain't got no control over. Because I can feel it, okay? Oh, man. Hello, Lexi. It is getting quite intense. It's getting so intense, love. I call in all forms of love and light, peace, harmony, grounding to fifth dimensional terra in the now for this beautiful live stream, and anyone who comes across these messages. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I am of the light. I am for the light. We are in the light, in the now. Okay? I got to speak that over everybody right now. I'm about to say some things. Okay? And, if you follow, you follow. You don't, you don't. Right? Now, I'm chilling. I'm over here on my computer trying to be productive. And I run across a Girl in the Universe's post. And when I saw it, it was about 3 hours old. Okay? I said, "Oh Lord, we all know that when a Girl in the Universe posts more than her daily posts, that something's up, right?" So she had a little meeting, you know, and they were talking about, the energies that we're already experiencing that are already intense, okay, that have been verified by Lexi. They are intense, right? Those energies that we've been experiencing this whole time, from the point where we weren't getting those long breaks in between ascension symptoms, it's like 3 day cycles. 3 days on, 3 days off, and then it's the next one, the next one, the next one, right? Um, According to A Girl in the Universe, those are the pre-love wave energies, right? So it's like that medicine they give you that kind of puts you in a twilight before they put you under general anesthesia. That's what I could say that the pre-love wave energies are, right? I've been sleep a lot, y'all. And then Saturn had its nerve to go retrograde, and we felt that pivot. We felt it hard. That was a very real, palpable energy. Okay, Saturn is now retrograde, and you don't even have to be into astrology to know it, because everyone is feeling the pressure, the reality, the realization, the oh shit, I didn't get my work done. Oh shit, I haven't been paying attention, and now I don't even know how to move forward because I was supposed to expand my awareness, but I thought that this was more fun. So now that my awareness is not expanded, I'm realizing there was a reason I was supposed to expand my awareness, and it was probably for my highest good. And now I'm dealing with the consequences. Because, just like a parent, just like a father or mother would tell you, hey, you need to do something simple like brush your teeth, or else you're going to have all kind of mouth problems, right? Something simple like that. They're not trying to be the boss of you. They're literally trying to take care of you, right? Trying to keep you healthy, keep you safe. And that's the deal with Saturn, you guys. Okay? Everybody wants to fear the father figure. Fathers can be loving, but people don't really see the loving part of fathers. They don't see them as fluffy and approachable and all this and that. They have a reputation for being authoritarian and it's my way or the highway or whatever, and generally speaking, societally speaking, it's a masculine energy, it's an authority, and you just do what it says and you take the direction. So there's this fear when it comes to Saturn. But when you are aware, talking about this, somebody say chips and salsa. Why you playing though? When you're aware, when you have a certain level of awareness, right? It's the reason why Saturn has been telling you, hey, expand your awareness. The whole point was so that when this time came, that you wouldn't be taking things personally. See, your father can tell you one thing, right? Can say, hey, I'm very disappointed in how you handled that situation, right? But could be talking to one of your siblings and say the same thing, and they will take it differently depending on their level of awareness, their level of understanding. You may get offended and you may internalize it. Oh, now I'm this horrible person because this authority figure has told me that they're disappointed in me. When that authority figure was just expressing how they felt about the situation. It was a feeling that was being expressed. You see? So we like to take what is coming at us and internalize it and take it personally and, oh, something's wrong with me and I've got to fix it. That's the route that society has programmed us to take, instead of really understanding from a heart space and really listening to what is being said. Hey, you really let us down. Things could have been different, but you just chose, your choices have affected us, right? You're either going to play victim and keep avoiding responsibility, or you're going to say, I understand, and you're going to make it a point to make the change in your life and move forward, and not just say that you're going to do better, but actually like take the action and do better. Okay, Lexi, I'm in my shell with my back against the wall, feeling ghosts poking at me. Girl, I've been seeing little, I don't even know what you want to call them. Like, I'll think that there's a bug or something. Just even when I'm stretching yoga mat, I'll think that there's something there. There's these dark, floaty spots, things. They look like shadows, but they're small. So you think like maybe it's a bug or something. But I've been seeing them often lately, and that's new. I've just, every time something new that's paranormal pops up, I just try to go with it, and like, it's kind of like if you have a stranger show up at your house and say, hey, I'm the new roommate, and you're like, okay. I mean, because what else are you going to do? Because so much is happening. Okay? So much. There's so much, loves. It's so much for a reason. It's extreme. It's that pressure. It's that diamond making environment. And the whole point is to get you to slow down, pull back. You see what I mean? Slow down, pull back, observe. Less is more. Because the most is already happening for you. Less is more. Okay? You don't need more. More doesn't need to be coming from you. Because more is already all over the place. Okay? It is very important for all of you listening that you try your best to listen with your heart and allow people to express their feelings around you. Because again, need I remind you, not everybody is in the awareness of their light worker starseed self, multidimensional self, and they are going to act a fool. They're going to act out of what you would call character. Okay? It is about to be a shit show, for lack of better words, because daddy's home. Okay? And there is someone to answer to. And for these people, right, for these souls, and we're not excluded, but I've got to give you their story and yours, right? For those souls who have very little awareness, there's a reckoning within themselves. The argument is within themselves, but they are going to express it outwardly toward other people because they have not really married their higher self to themselves. They haven't retrieved themselves. They're not operating fully from themselves, right? So it is only natural for when they start to have to face things that they're going to have to bounce it off of somebody outside of themselves, okay? In order to understand it. They need the mirror, right? And for us light workers, starseeds, with more awareness, we may not be aware of everything, but we had a little more experience and awareness here. And for us, we're at the stage where we are able to be and observe and have a healthy detachment and allow the expressions to play themselves out and be that mirror and be able to just continue to be in joy and peace and really maintaining that fifth dimensional and beyond vibration, while others seem to be absolutely falling apart. You are strong enough, you are wise enough, you are spiritual enough to be okay while everyone else is not okay. You did the work. You're where you need to be. Like the thing that you've been preparing for, the reason why you've faced your demons and done your shadow work is to be able to handle what is happening now. Okay? Sarah, I was gonna call you today. You know what? I know I should have, but I slept most of the day. Seriously, like I had to keep kind of giving up on functioning. These energies are very, very strong. I've been hearing light language. It's very interesting. I've been speaking light language telepathically, randomly. And again, if you can find a place in your heart, in your life to just be easy with everything, you'll be all right. Because I noticed that I've been catching myself over the last 48 hours. I said, why are you doing this? This is why nothing's happening. Why are you worried? Stop it. Enjoy yourself. Be in the moment. Rest. Because that is the path of least resistance. That is what is being asked of you right now. What my mind, body, and soul wants to do is have communion with water. I've been craving water on my body, in my body. Okay? Just, I'm loving water lately. Okay? It wants to have communion with water. It wants to sleep. It doesn't want to recall any dreams, even though I remember my dreams. It doesn't want to get into it and actually recall them, write them down, try to figure out what they mean. Nope. Nah. I just have this awareness of everything, and it's like a whole bunch of roommates just sitting here because nobody's doing anything with anything. Like there's nothing to do. It's here, but nobody's telling you to do anything with it. Do you see? You will know when it's time to do something with all of the things that are trying to be your roommates right now. Great, Sarah. I'm glad that you have some peace. So, yeah, don't feel bad if you can't function, even though this bill needs to be paid and you're behind on that. You know, let it be. Like, even for those of you who are manifesting right now, I suggest you take a break, because there's a backlog of events and scenarios and manifestations that are about to be all up in your face, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Right? There's this energy of dealing with things, so you don't want to keep adding new things to what is about to come in from that backlog. Okay? There's a lot of stuff. You're gonna have to deal with it. Okay? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And when the student is really ready, the teacher disappears. I like that a person is a person. Thank you for that comment. I'm telling y'all, you have to fight for your joy right now. You have to fight for your peace. You don't really have to fight for your sanity, because that is no longer a concept for some of us. There is no duality when it comes to being sane or insane. You're outside of the physical brain functions, right? You think what you think whenever you think it. It is more so about what you do with the thoughts that happen. You actually are observing yourself thinking. So you get to choose whether you even put energy into the thoughts. Oh, I'm hungry. That doesn't mean you're going to get up and feed yourself. You could be hungry for 2 hours and still don't do nothing about it. Okay? I'm just saying. Place that with all the rest of the thoughts you be having so you quit freaking out about trying to get stuff done. There's nothing you can do about it. Because let me let you in on something that I just realized. Because we like to forget when we get caught up in the rat race, when we get caught up in responsibility. You are literally anchoring in a whole reality for the collective. That's like the fire department asking you to be the fire hose. You are the fire hose. You have to allow gallons of water to come through you and go be put out. Okay? So imagine yourself being the fire hose so you can understand what it's like to anchor the light. The light is coming into your vessel and you're holding and channeling so much. Okay? And as the fire hose, you have a little thing that turns on and off, on and off. You know, you're the one that determines how much light goes out. But that doesn't mean that you don't still have all of this light coming in. Do you see? And you've got to, allow. You can't just decide, oh, I'm gonna just turn this off indefinitely. Then that's when you end up having those God days where you got so much light going through you, you have to do something about it. And you be calling people talking about, do you need energy healing? Or you have a whole day where you feel like you're barely here because you're super ungrounded. Oh my God. It feels, yeah, it does feel woo inside and out. Hey, Amy. Hey, Mom. So yeah, I seem to have forgotten what my very being is here for and doing. So all of these tiny little trivial insignificant things, right? That we feel like we need to function. I'm not saying that that's not the physical reality that we're still like having to play the game in. I'm just saying that if you could just step out of it and understand that maybe there's a reason why I can't work for the money that I need to pay this bill, or maybe there's a reason why I can't work for the money that I need to take this class. Maybe there's a miracle trying to happen to where I don't have to put forth so much effort. Maybe I need to get out of the way. Maybe Saturn retrograde, I'm telling you, I might as well be Saturn right now because Saturn wants to speak to you. Saturn is literally saying, don't worry about those who have not put in the work or have not worked hard. That is not your concern. Okay? Your focus should be more toward what is about to smack you in the face that you've accomplished that you did not know. There's a lot of hidden stuff, 12th house energy, stuff that you are not even aware of about yourself, let alone outwardly. Okay? This is a illusion, 7 of Cups, Pisces thing. There's stuff that you don't see that's coming. So you need to have buffer space for it. You need to not be overbooking yourself. You need to just continuously fit in, what do you call it, self-care, pampering time. Just have it and get used to it, because in between those times things are going to be in such alignment that it's going to like blow your mind, because you're going to realize that the way that you've been doing things is no longer a concept. Manifestation is no longer a concept. You're drawing things to you in a way that doesn't make sense. You're no longer like, it's like if because they're showing me a situation, right, where you get your doctorate or whatever, like, I don't know how this works for people, right? I don't know that industry, but let's say you graduated with your degree, and then you go and work at the same place that you were working in for your internship or whatever, and you start to do the normal stuff that you would normally do, and they're saying you don't need to do that anymore, you're the boss now. And now you're like, oh, well, shoot, what do I do? You worked so hard to be in the position that you're in, and then you don't even know what to do, because you are no longer supposed to be doing the little things you've been doing before, and you're like, oh, so I only need to show up when there's a problem, and like, I can have an hour lunch now. Like, wait, you go from being in a high adrenaline rush mode to, oh, that's not necessary anymore? Huh. This is what this is like? Saturn does reward past efforts, okay? And a lot of you are being rewarded for past efforts in the now. And you're being awarded for past efforts, because whatever you're trying to do right now keeps getting interrupted by life events or by your physical body. It's just like, no, get out of the way. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to surprise you. I'm trying to give you something. Just sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you can be confused, and you can think you need to do extra stuff, because the energy of the collective of those people who did not do whatever they needed to do, that are running around like chickens with their head cut off, you're feeling that. So you're feeling that anxiety and that sense of urgency doesn't even belong to you. Nope. You just feeling that. So yeah, get you like a case 12-pack of sea salt, because I'm thinking we need to be submerging ourselves in salt baths at least once or twice a week. Everything has sped up to a point where the term in the now is no longer a concept. It's just, mom says, feathers up. We're in the now. Yeah, survivor's guilt is a thing. We want everybody to win, but we have to allow people to go through their process, feel their feelings, learn their lessons, feel their pain. And we can feel their pain and we can empathize with them, but we have to know when to disconnect from that. Because again, our whole purpose collectively of being here is to birth this whole new reality, to take it from idea to conceptual realization to way of life, through all of those stages of matter, and really like bringing it and making it a thing that stays, because Saturn is about longevity too. One thing I want to tell y'all about Saturnian energy is it makes things real, okay? Water signs, water energy will feel something, right? But they won't necessarily take action on it. Fire signs will take action before they can think or feel. Earth signs will take planned out, calculated action after thinking about it, after feeling it, right? Air signs will talk and think about it and still may not take action. So you're dealing with earth energy when you're talking about Saturn. And it's thought about it, it's talked about it, it's had feelings about it, and now we're at the stage where it's ready to execute and make it real. It said, okay, the collective really wants a fifth dimensional reality. And we've thought about it. We've asked ourselves, how do we feel about it? We had plenty of time to analyze this until the cows came home. And now Saturn's like, okay, let's make it happen. And it's going to happen, and it's going to stay that way for a long time because Saturn is about longevity. So it's like, okay, we figured out everything we need to figure out, and this is going to be here. You said you wanted this. There's no turning back. So the foundation is already laid and the building is already literally underway. You are literally in the middle of, like, it's like standing in the middle of a house that is actively being built. There's hammers, there's nails, there's saws, there's all kinds of sounds and activity around you. You can be afraid and think of all the dangers, or you could be super excited about how this house is going to look. That's your choice. Okay? And the only thing that really dictates that is whether or not you did the work. Whether or not you took yourself seriously and took others seriously. Because that's another thing that's coming up. There's some things that people didn't take seriously. And now they feel like they're missing the boat, or they missed out, or like that, nobody has to tell them. They know. Like, there's this huge feeling, and I know a lot of us can feel those people in the collective, but that doesn't belong to you. We should be in celebration, but there's a lot of people in mourning, and there's a lot of people in disappointment, and they feel like giving up. That's actually not your energy. I just had this realization, okay? That doesn't belong to me. Just because my body is telling me that I can't be productive right now does not mean that I'm giving up. And it doesn't mean that that feeling of giving up belongs to me. That's why every day cleansing and clearing, whether you wear your crystals, your salt baths, your qigong, whatever you do, you got to do it. You got to be on top of it, because it's too easy right now to be blended, is what I want to say here. To be all up in everything, because everything is really fluid right now. Okay? You asked for this, you wanted this, it's here, it's real, it's now. And it's not stopping. And as I continue to say on each of these videos, it's going to just continue to be more intense, because everything's leading up to that crescendo, that big finale. Okay? And sometimes we have these moments where we feel like that finale is here, and then we get disappointed when we're still having to play the game. But now I'm starting to realize, again, Saturn is helping us realize why we have been so carefully walked through this experience. Because I highly doubt that if you think back the past 5 years of your life with these ascension symptoms and all this and that, and if you try to fit all of what you experienced into a week, ask yourself if you'd be alive. I'm just saying. Ask yourself that. I just picked 5 years. It's been a lot. We've gone through a lot. And to condense that into even a week tells me that that's the reason why we've had to be baby stepped through this. So we gotta have compassion for the people who are just waking up, just catching up, just becoming aware, because they are getting a compound experience. And life is changing way faster than they would like it to. And in a very rude way, even more rude than what some of us had experienced. Relax through it. Things break when they're not able to be relaxed. Okay? You've got to relax. Relax your mind. This is what mindfulness practices are for. Everybody thinks that these are concepts and, oh, you just do that to stay calm, or you do that. No. There's more to mindfulness and energetic practices. You're overriding everything, because your medicine that you're taking, your prescription, soon is not going to be working for you. You are going to become incompatible with food, all kinds of stuff. And if you do not have the light as your nourishment, and if you had not been cultivating it, and if you don't know how to connect with the light, you're going to have some problems. It's just like a child that was never taught to cook for themselves in a world with no restaurants. That's a tough spot to be in when you got to figure things out and go through trial and error. And you don't want to be doing that with the energy so intense right now. Start eating the light, literally, with your whole body, taking in the light consciously. You're always taking it in, but you need to actually consciously, on purpose, start to train yourself to take in the light. If you are not an energy healer and that's not your thing as far as working and serving humanity, at least learn Reiki as a basic modality for yourself right now, because you need to start consciously bringing in the light, because there's going to be a point where your system is incompatible with lots of things. This is not about being vegan. This is not about, oh, get off your medicine. I don't give medical advice, okay? I'm not a medical professional. This is not medical advice, but I'm telling y'all, it's coming. It's coming to where all these things that we kept saying, oh, yeah, it's fine. You can ascend if you have this or that. Pack light in order to drop everything right before you go. You have been packing light so that you can drop everything right before you go. Okay? Nothing's going with you but you. Okay? So anything that is not of the light, that's the best way that I can say it. And when I say not of the light, I mean not for your highest good as the individual, right? Anything that's not of the light per your programming system, because everybody's going to have a different programming system. Some of you look like motherboards, like throughout your whole body. There's these lines and stuff that look like computer chips, but it's not how the blood vessels are set up. But some of you are blue, some of you are green, some of you are yellow, like on the inside. It's crazy. Been seeing that lately. But it's like your whole freaking motherboard, and there's different colors of people that have different abilities, different purposes. So yeah, some people that are eating meat may ascend, but a person that is yellow or blue or green, like a different color, they may not be able to keep that. That may need to be dropped. And it's all like individualized, you see? Because even in fifth dimensional reality, there's going to be teachers, there's going to be mentors, there's going to be people still learning from each other. We'll still have that give and take that, not everybody's going to have full on abilities to do every single thing. It's not going to be the same for every single person. We're still going to have that uniqueness about us individually. Okay? So that's the reason for me saying all of that. But yeah, Saturn is really speaking, and it's hard not to hear. Saturn is really like laying it down. This is matter of fact. This is the Judgment card. This is, that moment where you're like, oh, well, tell me how you really feel. When somebody is expressing themselves. I'm about to get into it, y'all. This one running long. Some of y'all gonna have some real interesting moments, because there's some people in your life that's about to show up. If you had them blocked, if you ain't talked to them in forever, they will find you. They might show up at your door to tell you how they feel, to tell you what they realize. There's going to be some very outlandish things happening. In order to reconcile and bring everything together, there's this togetherness that has to happen. So reunion is a good word. Okay? Doesn't mean you got to be all, okay, let's kiss and make up, or okay, now you're back in my life. No, just let them express, like I told you, and then they'll go along their merry way. You decide. You're the authority in this whole situation. But, some people from way long time ago about to really be like present. The past, there's a collapsing. There's a huge collapse. The past, you know how people be like, oh, leave the past in the past? That's different. It's different in this energy. There's a collapsing where everything is everything. And when Saturn retrograde brings the past forward this time in this now, it would be helpful for you not to have that idea of leaving the past in the past. Everything has collapsed and is in the now. It doesn't mean that you need to pick it up and carry it with you. I'm going to have to start doing little like readings to tell people what color their operating system is. Sarah talking about some, what color am I, yo? Leaving the past in the past is more about, leaving those feelings and reactions to the past in the past anyway. It's not necessarily about actually just leaving everything physical in the past, okay? So when your past comes a knocking, be who you are. Be in your wisdom, be discerning, just be. And allow, observe, have patience, keep your healthy boundaries. Everything will work itself out, but that's what it's here for. Everything is working itself out. Okay? Some of you may connect and stay connected, and your past now becomes your present and your future. Okay? Full on collapse in the now moment. Everything 0 point, bam. Some of you, it's for closure. It's for closure so that you can move into your future. There are people coming into your life right now to help you heal. Not all healing and shadow work is done in isolation. Okay? And, you know, it's so funny. I'm telling you all of this stuff. I'm telling you all of this stuff because all of the other things have been tried. You've tried. You've done well enough on your own. And when you have these scenarios pop up where someone that wasn't helpful or just someone you just saw as totally horrible shows back up in your life, a whole changed person, super helpful, offering you things, yeah, it's up to you to decide whether you want to receive from that person. But check this out. Again, there are people coming into your life to help you heal that truly want nothing from you. And it's very important that you be discerning so that you can receive if you're supposed to be receiving that. Okay? Your abilities, the way you've been seeing energy, doing energy, experiencing energy, all of that is like somebody crumpled up the paper and threw it in the wastebasket. After doing a whole bunch of work, after figuring out this equation, they realize, wow, nothing matters, because the reality that's being built around you right now looks nothing, operates nothing, and feels nothing like the reality that is dissolving. So there's so many new concepts, there's so many new everything. You gotta be okay with crumpling that paper up and throwing it. Okay? Things are about to get quite interesting, loves. And over the next couple of months, things in the world are about to get quite interesting. Changes are going to be happening faster than you thought. If you thought that it took a certain amount of time to create a new system for this, or to, what do you call it, change this system out for that one, or, you know, whatever they've been speculating happening in the world, you thought, okay, well, yeah, well, that won't be for another couple of years to fully integrate. The joke's on you. Because, as we know, a lot of times when things start to get talked about, they've already been tested. And it was already part of the plan. And you are actually experiencing the end result. Okay? Thanks, Lexi. So yeah, we're about to have a wild ride between now and September. You need the patience of the gods with the grocery stores, with anything that deals with electronic systems. You're going to need the patience of the gods, because people are going to be switching over to new programs that they're using. They're going to be using new software, new technology, new equipment, all kinds of stuff. All of this changing over. Just know, forewarned is forearmed, and you can be patient while everybody else is wasting their energy, losing their mind. Okay? Because a lot of it's going to be happening, and again, you don't want it to steal your joy. You want to be that person that everybody thinks is nuts because you're smiling, and there's a million reasons that you shouldn't be. Okay? You want to be that person that everybody thinks is absolutely nuts because you are unbothered while the world is on fire. Electronics and I don't get along anymore already anyway. Tell it. So let yourself off the hook. Don't be so serious. Saturn, the most serious planet, is telling you don't be so serious. Okay? Saturn has a sense of humor too. Just like when you catch your father figures, your male teacher, your coach, when you catch them in silly moments that they don't usually show. That does exist. It is there. Don't take yourself so seriously, and naturally, you won't be so sensitive to everything that's going around you. Start with yourself. That's the tool. Okay? Um, woo! I'm hot. Thank y'all for listening. Please like, share, and all that good stuff. Visit my link tree for all that good stuff, especially for those of y'all who ain't tolerating food right now. That protein shake is gonna be your friend, because it's been my friend. Me and the food are not getting along. Me and physical food, I don't know, and I don't like it, but I'm trying to flow with it. I don't like it. But love to you all, and until next time. Bye.